He is so amazing, I will doubt him never. Psalms 91, I am hiding in his feathers. Obedience, I am doing what him tell us. In the spirit, you can never cap like big letters.
What is up, everybody? I am KeyLovesGod. Welcome back to my channel where I help uplift, encourage, and inspire others on how to be the best versions of themselves. If you guys are new to my channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified every time I post another video. So what is up, everybody? What's up, KeyLovesGod tribe? I miss you guys so much. So much has changed. We moved into a new place. We've got situated, and there's just been a lot. So I may get into that in another video, but all is well. And I came today with no notes, no anything. I just want to talk to you guys about everything that has been going on. It's been crazy. I'm not surprised, but it is definitely very much spiritual. So, first off, you guys, I just want to start off with saying that, like, everything that we see has already been written. So none of this is new under the sun, according to the Bible. I think a lot of times when we start seeing these types of things take place where people are literally starting to openly speak on their love and show their love for Satan or the devil, and a lot of people don't even believe in the devil. They don't believe that it's real. They believe it's an energy, which it can be an energy, but it is in fact a real thing. Like, there is a such thing as a Lucifer and devils and demons and all that kind of stuff. Not to sound spooky on y'all, but it's true. Anybody who has experienced paranormal and ghosts and stuff like that, you guys very much know that the spirit realm is very real, and you don't even have to be convinced. But I don't want to say this artist's name. It's been a few artists that have come forth with very disturbing things that I've seen recently, and it's not shocking to me, but what is shocking is the fact that, like, people are supporting it, or people are giving this individual more attention. And you guys know who I'm talking about. Y'all don't even have to say it, because I don't want any more people giving this individual more attention than they need. But the fact that, like, he's going out there and he's telling everybody how much, you know, he wants to be like this thing is sick. This world, you guys. So with the dude who, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but there was like a dude who, he was 25. I guess he lost his job, and he ended up, I have something in my eye. He ended up barricading the Capitol in Washington. And people are basically, I'm not saying what he did was right, but the way that we get painted in the limelight and when things go down is always in a negative sense for people of color. Even with the whole George Floyd thing, it is a continuous bashing of people of color, a continuous, like, the whole point of this video is to talk to you guys about the agenda that they have against us. So I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear, but that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. There is an agenda against, especially all of us, but mostly people of color especially. It's against everybody. But you guys know the book of Revelation. If you have not studied it, that guy who ran his car and barricaded it into the Capitol, he last put on his status on social media, like, study Revelation, study the book of Revelations, look up end times, know about the beast and the mark of the beast and stuff like that. And I thought that was really interesting. I was thinking, like, okay, so that's really interesting that he said that. And it's just such a shame that, like, 2 people had to lose their lives. I don't ever like to hear stuff about that. But if you guys are not waking up to see what is going on around us, it is crucial that you get in your Bible and you show and approve yourself, study it, figure out what you, ask God questions. The Holy Spirit will speak to you if you How does it go? Knock, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door will be open. Ask, you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be open unto you. And that is so true. If you want to know something bad enough, you're going to go and you're going to figure out the information. So why is it that when it comes to the Bible and the stuff in it, we don't look, we don't go reading, we don't ask God questions? And I feel like now more than ever, it's more and more clear to me that we are moving further into a beast system. And you guys are wondering, well, what do you mean by a beast system? Well, the beast system is basically further away from God, taking God out of things, and it's everything is one. We are all one. Yes, we know that we are all one, but we're not all going to agree and all worship the same God. And that's one of the main points of it, is that you all look the same as far as spiritually. Everybody believes the same thing. There will be unity, we'll be unified. Pretty much whatever the Bible says, they're kind of making it whatever they want to. They're making it their own thing. And that is another issue, because you can't change what has already been written. You just can't do that. And I feel like they're telling us that we don't have to be forced to take the vaccine, but you can't get on a cruise ship, you can't go certain places, and you can't travel if you haven't already had the vaccination. Or it may get to the point to where, okay, you don't have to take the vaccine, but you can't get your check unless you have, proof that you went and got the vaccination. Or your child can't come to this school unless they have all of their shot records, including, this vaccine. And it just does not sit well with me and my spirit. I'm not saying people who are getting the vaccine are doing something wrong, and I'm not saying people that are not getting the vaccine are smart. I'm literally just saying I don't want to get it, and I have my reasons. And the beast system is moving more into, and we're moving pretty fast too, and it's getting to the point to where it's like God is getting taken out of schools. He's getting taken off the dollar bills and money and all of that. They're literally trying to take away all of our rights. And that is very scary. We already have it hard as it is, to where it's like you're killing a black man in the street, and then you're literally sitting there and saying that you're making all these excuses for why it happened. There is no excuse for that. We all saw George Floyd literally had his life taken from him in front of our faces. Whether you want to admit it or not, that is what happened. That officer had joy all over his face when he did it. He got satisfaction from it. So, and I'm sorry if I'm jumbling all this together, you guys, but I just have so many things in my mind that I kind of want to talk to you guys about. And I usually write down notes. I usually take notes to cover points, but it's just way too much. And I literally just came on here, literally just boom, like that. I just thought about it and was like, I want to record tonight. And I really didn't want to waste another day away in another month. So here I am. But I want to read you guys something really quick. It says, and for those of you who want to know, this is the study Bible. Yeah, it's the one-year study Bible. So it says, during the time of persecution of Israel, Satan calls on two beasts to take over, one from the sea and one from the earth. Both are influenced by Satan for a period of 42 months. They are what are commonly called the Antichrist and the false prophet. A large amount of deception will come from these two leaders because they will portray themselves as peaceful people. The false prophet will even be able to perform miracles, tricking many people into believing that he is the Messiah. They will convince people to receive the mark of the beast, which is a pledge of allegiance to their cause. If you have the mark, you will not be accepted by God or be able to buy or sell anything. What do you think the mark of the beast will be? And why do you think it will be placed on the right arm and forehead? So I want you guys to comment down below the answer to that question. And just kind of tell me you guys' thoughts on all of this stuff. I just don't like how for the black man, they want black men to all be in dresses. They want, you know, black men to be thugs or shooting or anything that they can to get them away from the home, and anything they can do in order to keep them from procreating. And for the woman, they want the woman to look ignorant and to not be taken seriously, and to have her body, use her body and be overly sexualized, and basically be a thought. If I'm being honest, basically just being a thought, not having anything to offer, not being anything of value. And they're making it to where they have these artists as their little puppeteers doing their dirty work behind the scenes in order to keep this beast system going and thriving. They're running everything, and they're the ones behind the scenes that we can't see. And they're being used by Satan themselves. And there's a lot of, reptilians and different types of entities in these different people, because they're doing these rituals. And I know this may sound like really crazy to a lot of you, and it may go over a lot of your heads, but this is the sick and sad reality of what's really going on. A lot of us say that we want to know what's going on. We don't want to know the truth. But then when the truth is presented in front of us, it's like, well, where's the evidence? How do you know that? I don't have to tell you anything as far as evidence. Like, if you want to find this stuff, it's literally out there, but you have to find credible sources. And I always like to go to the Bible, and anything that you don't understand, I recommend getting a study Bible, because it helps break down things and answer a lot of questions for you. But there is just so much stuff that is going on right now, and it's very clear for me to see spiritually. And I literally just sit back and think, like, am I the only one who can see these things? Which I know that I'm not, but it feels very lonely sometimes when you're trying to be salt and you're trying to be light, and you're trying to make a difference in the world, and you're trying to live out your purpose. And I just feel like they're using these artists in order to manipulate the masses. So you have people like Cardi B, and you have people like Meg Thee Stallion and Ruby Rose, and all these beautiful, talented female artists who are using their bodies and over-sexualizing them in order to gain notoriety and fame in the world, only to lose their soul in the end. You gain a friend of the world, but you're an enemy to God. And it's so many people who want to fall into this facade. It's just these labels use these artists in order to manipulate, and in order to make these songs about shooting and killing, and about having a hot girl summer. And you look up to these artists because they're beautiful, they're talented, and then you get led astray because you want to dress like them. You never had a big sister. You never really had someone to tell you these things. Your mom wasn't around, or your dad wasn't in your life. And so you kind of look to these people that their music gets you through. So whatever they start believing, you start believing, or whatever it is that they do, you start doing. And then your kids watch it. And so it's like a generational curse, and it trickles down, 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 down. And you're not really seeing what's happened spiritually, because you think it's just an artist, it's just a song, it's just, we're having fun. I want to live my life. And kudos to you for living your life. No one said that you can't live your life, but be very careful, I beg of you, because it's not all that it seems. And a lot of these females want to be artists just like their role models, when their role models don't even have their own masters, and their role models don't even have the money that you think that they have. The house that they have is rented. The clothes that they wear in those flashy videos and stuff like that, and the nice cars they have, are basically given to them from the label, and the label can easily take it from them anytime they want, but they don't actually own those things. They don't actually get billions and millions of dollars of checks. Now, you have some artists who do make good money from that stuff, but it's all a part of their huge agenda to continue to divide and conquer us, to take the black man from the home in order to take the family apart, to keep us from procreating, hence Planned Parenthood. And a lot of these other things. And it's not just Black people, but we are the main target because we're not a part of their bloodline. We are not considered pure as far as their blood goes. We are considered, you know, children and people of the Most High of Israel, according to, you know, the Bible. And so, like, I just feel like this stuff goes way deeper than a lot of you guys are probably prepared for. A lot of y'all probably scratching your heads like, you lost your mind, you don't know what you're talking about. But I promise you, this is stuff that I just have kept in for years. Like, and it's just gotten to the point to where I couldn't really hold it in anymore because I'm seeing these videos coming out. Oh, this person talks about God. I mean, this person talks about Satan. Well, I want to talk about Satan too because it's cool and he's blowing up because of it and he's getting more popular because of it. And I'm going to look at this video and I'm going to share it. And it's like, even though it's negative, he's still getting publicity for this. And that is bothersome because then you have other artists who are supporting him too and who are also purchasing things that he has put out there. And it's like, it's pure witchcraft. It's blasphemous to God. And those things are very dangerous. And for them to be put out there for young-minded individuals who is a lot of his fan base, that's really dangerous because you have young teenagers who really clicked to this particular artist. And they're just puppets to a bigger agenda against us, okay? And so then we start hating on each other. We start fighting each other because that's what these songs and these artists are talking about. And then we want to go off and make fast money, all the while more and more of us are getting incarcerated. More of us are getting killed. More of us are getting murdered. A lot of us have bad health and bad diets because we don't see anything about people, you know, doing anything good. It's just everything is a facade and everything is smoke and mirrors. And this world is just so vain. And that's why I haven't really been on social media as much because I just feel so funny and so silly, honestly, just posing, taking pictures of myself. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's fine. It just depends on your intentions. I just feel like, what am I doing? What purpose does this really serve? Like, what am I really doing this for? You know, so if I do it, it's usually for a message. And I wanted just to take a break from all of this different stuff that's going on, all of this nonsense and all of the noise in the world, and just take a nice long hiatus away from social media and away from YouTube and stuff like that. And, you know, just really figure out what's really going on, like what's really going on in my mind, not listening to, and this is another thing you guys have to be careful about. Different people on YouTube, they follow stuff that you may not follow. They may believe in just God, you know, like they may not believe in the Holy Trinity, you know. So it's like you have to be very, very careful who you're listening to and what they're telling you to do, because low key, a lot of these people they have, you know, a misconceived type of, I don't even know, but you just be careful with who you're listening to and be careful who you idolize and be careful what you do when you're on social media, as far as who you're following, who you're looking up to, who you're wanting to look at as a role model or as a mentor. These people have problems too. These people are doing stuff in their marriages that they shouldn't be doing, and they're out here trying to give advice to you. And it's like, that's why you have to be really careful who you call goals. Relationship goals, marriage goals, all this kind of stuff. It's just all fake. Everything you see is fleeting. This world is passing away every single second. Even as we speak right now, this world is passing away. And what difference have you really made in this world? And that's what I think about a lot. And that's why taking pictures and all that kind of stuff is kind of played out for me right now, because I'm like, this world is really sick. And there's a lot of sick people in it. And there's a lot of evil around us every single second of every day. And there's a lot of spiritual darkness around us every second of every day. So we have to wake up and we have to be vigilant and we have to put on the full armor of God every single day that we wake up. And you have to be able to read the Bible and know it for yourself, so that way you can know if someone is teaching you false doctrine, and that way you won't be led astray, and that way you won't be caught up in the hoopla of life. Now, I wanted to come on here and give you guys kind of a longer video, because I know I've been gone for a while and you guys deserve that. I too needed a break. I am a content creator, but it really is just for my purpose. And if God is speaking to me, if I feel like he's speaking to me, I will try to make sure that that is from God. And sometimes it takes a long time. It's not always a quick thing. You know, that can take months before God answers your prayers, or before you hear from God, or before he gives you confirmation on something. So that's kind of where I was at, and I kind of still am at right now. But I really hope through all this jumble mess, you guys can see the agenda that is going on. We like to trust in, you know, law enforcement and stuff, but you have to ask yourself sometimes, who are they actually here to protect and serve? Is it you, or is it them? And is it the elitists? And is it the government? And what do they really do when you do call them? With all this sex trafficking going on, it's really disgusting. There's not really much done. With all these different children being kidnapped and gone missing, over 800,000 a year, there's nothing really being done. With all of these men of color locked away in jail over petty crimes, but then you have Caucasians who get a slap on the wrist for the same crime. Is that right? Is it a coincidence that it keeps happening? With Black mothers like having a 40% higher mortality rate after labor and delivery or during their pregnancy than any other race? Is that just a coincidence? You tell me. I love you guys very much. I just want to shout out to all of my new subscribers while I've been gone. You guys have still been growing my channel. And it's really bigger than that. It's not about the numbers to me. It's about the message. And I just thank you guys so much for sharing it. And if you guys could, if you found this video helpful in any way, or if you can relate to this video, I want to hear your thoughts. You can comment down below. And also hit that like button and that thumbs up. And I always want you guys to go ahead and subscribe, because I love new faces and I love hearing from new people. So it's so good to film for you guys today. I'm not for sure if this will be a continuous thing as of right now or not. We'll kind of see, but wanted to share my mind real quick. And I love you guys very, very much. And I will see you guys in another video.
He is so amazing, I would doubt him never. Psalms 91, I am hiding in his feathers. Obedience, I am doing what him tell us. In the spirit, you can never cap like big letters. Haters wanna block my shine. You